Hello, 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 hello. It's Archie Luxury. It's Archie Luxury, and you are on the Archie Luxury live stream and the Archie Luxury channel. Here we go, guys. Just doing a little bit of paperwork. Just a little bit of um yeah, me and Luxy have put complaints in about AI images of ourselves because it's just not fair. It's not fair to us. And yeah, so they're just cleaning up a few complaints. Guys, don't use AI images of me, okay? Because I'll just put a complaint, complaint, complaint in, and we'll see what we can do there. What can I say, guys? We've had a lot of rain in Brisbane. Fuck me dead. It's been raining. I've just got my first super chat in. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at this. We've got a super duper chat. Not just a super chat. This is a super duper chat. This is from Van Lux. Van Lux, good morning. Morning, Arch. Have a scotch. I will definitely have one very soon. I will have a scotch. I burnt my hand the other day. I was making gourmet pizza, and I'd taken the pizza out with just a tea towel, and I touched the metal bar. Fuck! Yeah. What can I say? Snitches are bitches. Well, just don't use my content. Snitches are bitches. Yeah, well, I just feel that way. I don't feel the love. They don't give me it. It's just, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I look at this. Where do I mainly stream? Archie Luxury live stream and Archie Luxury channel. That's the two channels I dual stream. It's called dual streaming. You can only try our best. That's right. That is correct, guys. So let's get I'm sending a few invites out. Who can I get? I've sent one to Chief Tit Goldberg. Let me see who else I can find here. Jay Anthony, is he available? It's worth a shot, isn't it? It's got to be worth a shot, Jay Anthony. I got Aussie. Now, I know Aussie expats on a road tour, but you never know your luck. Sir, let's talk Punky Brewster. Punky Brewster? I don't know. We had Erwin yesterday. I don't know if we're pushing our luck to get him on the stream. Let's send one to Dis Horez Dis. He's see how Dis is going. Let's have a look there. Who else is there? That's Clivers. Let's get one to Clivers. You just sending a quick email, quick WhatsApp. Just sending this out now. Let's have a look here. Just having a look who else I can dig out to come on the stream. JD's working. No point sending him one. Tan, the man. What's Tan up to? By the way, guys, what do you think of the new Ferrari? Fuck me dead. The Ferrari loose. Fuck me dead. I got to tell you, guys. Got to tell you, I don't understand it. Let's have a look. We've got another super chat's just come in here. We've got one here. $5. Hi, Arch. I'm Canadian and have an offer from a Bermuda employer. Should I make the move? It's a tax haven paradise and the pay is much better. Bermuda. Look. Let's have a look. Bermuda. Where is that? Oh, someone's jumping on. Look at this. I got HR jumping on.
Oh, I've got to be honest.
This is where we need you at the front. You're the fluffer. We need the fluffer. The fluffer. The fluffer. How is the Skoda? How is the Skoda?
Paul, okay.
Time we'll see. So the pecking order.
Can I talk or not?
Skoda, no. Volkswagen, and then you go to an Audi.
Yeah.
Audi or Audi? How do you pronounce it? What's more posh? Audi or Audi?
Audi.
Audi. Don't you love? Do you aspire to having an Audi in your drive?
I'd aspire to have a Mercedes GLE. I'm not really sure about an Audi.
Audi is a better made car than a Mercedes. Oh, a GLE. That's a big monster. See, you don't need a big monster. I love the small car. I love the small car feeling.
Why? You don't need a small car.
Easy to park. Easy to park. Easy to drive. It's just amazing, man.
No, you're right, Paul.
Let me catch up. Should he move to Bermuda? I got to tell you, depends what sort of job it is. There's some nice, like St. George is the town of St. George in Bermuda. Bermuda is a self-governing British overseas territory located in the North Atlantic Ocean. Famous for its iconic pink sand beaches, vibrant coral reefs, and distant blend of British, African, and Caribbean cultures. Sounds amazing. I think Bermuda sounds amazing, but I'd want to make sure this job offer is pretty good because you wouldn't want to quit a good job and get a cactus job. You know what I mean? You want to be careful.
Oh, you're on the money there.
$5 for mobster. Can we let Curly and Mo use AI content? They are entertaining and it reminds us of your channel. Let's just stop the negativity and move on. It's okay for Curly. It's just for Marcelo. It's just for Jock and just for News Bros. There we go. That's the rules. That's the rules. I'll give Curly a free pass. So there we go. What's happening? Talk to me. Talk to me, HR. Talk to me.
I just wanted to say, Paul, your
photo that's what you aspire to, that photo there. Is that you?
Paul, you're looking really good today. Is that a new shot?
I didn't know you were baldy. You're a baldy. He's a baldy.
Is that a new shirt, Paul? You're looking really good.
Something that's amazing is this new Ferrari. Did you see the new Ferrari?
Yeah, the electric one. I'm not sure about that, Paul. But in reality, you're not going to buy one, are you?
I tell you what I find interesting about this car, just coming from China, is that this car itself, it looks, by the way, aren't these women on the Korean date site? Fuck, she's gorgeous. Busty, beautiful face, not a wrinkle anywhere to be seen.
Oh, she's a bit old for me. I'd go for the younger model. She's a bit old, Archie.
I got to tell you, this Ferrari, I reckon they're going to have it looks like a Chinese car. If it took the Ferrari badges off, I'd think it was a Chinese car.
Oh, I've got to be honest.
Not that that's a negative. I'm just saying.
Can I give you my verdict? I know you're getting excited. Listen, I'd much rather have that than the Audi Q2 menstruation red.
Oh, Audi Q2. I'd rather have an Audi than a Skoda. Skoda is
you gotta have.
I don't understand. As someone said to me, why did you buy Japanese? If you're going to buy Skoda,
What's funny
Why
is that
didn't
that
you
was
buy
probably on the lot, and
Japanese?
because it was
Turning
in
Japanese. I
menstruation red,
really think
he couldn't
so.
sell it.
Why
He
didn't
couldn't
you go
sell it.
Japanese?
He couldn't
That's
sell
what I
it, Arch.
don't
That's why he
understand.
gave it to you.
I
That
don't
car was
understand
sat on
why he
the.
doesn't go
That car was sat on the lot.
Japanese.
It's the
If
shit.
you go
It's the
Japanese, you gotta
shitter.
do that.
The
Go
shitter,
Japanese.
Paul. Menstruation
Why
red there,
didn't you
big
go
boy.
Japanese? If you're
It's
gonna go Skoda,
expensive, they're bad.
why
It's
wouldn't you
expensive,
go
they're bad.
Japanese,
It's,
man? I don't
it's
understand it. I
expensive, they're
don't
bad.
understand it in the
And
least.
what makes you the fucking moral
Turn
campus there?
Japanese, turning Japanese. I really think so. Wouldn't you go Japanese instead of Skoda? I don't get it.
Paul, what makes you the fucking moral campus there, bad?
I don't understand why. If you want to go European, you buy Prestige German. You don't buy a Skoda.
But Paul, the difference is I don't buy my cars, mummy does. You know this, Paul? Or do you hey, stop eating, I'm talking to you, Paul. I'm talking to you, Paul. It's rude to eat.
What do you think of this Ferrari? Do you like it or not?
Well, like I said, it's better than the menstruation red Q2. What do you think, Paul? I mean, red. Who buys a car in red for the Audi? That car was probably sat on the garage lot, and they couldn't shift that fucker. And they saw you come along in your Wolverine shirt and thought, yeah, we got a sucker here. Let's offload this shitter.
What a horrible fucking cunt you are. What a horrible fucking cunt.
Come on, don't be like that. Give me a hug, Arch. Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
Oh, fuck off.
Give me a
Fuck
pardon?
off.
Give me a hug.
Fuck
Come on, give me
off.
a hug. Give me a hug. Give me a hug, Paul. Come on, give me a hug. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it. I know you're a bit sweaty, but bring it in. Oh, that's a nice hug. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, Paul, have you got different aftershave on? You're smelling good tonight, big boy.
Tell
Bring
me
it in.
this.
Bring it in.
Tell me this. Why
Bring it in,
couldn't
Paul. Give me a hug.
why wouldn't you get a Japanese car
Give me a
instead
hug.
of Skoda? I don't understand. If you're so wealthy,
Because European.
why wouldn't you get a why wouldn't you
European
get like a
driving. Well, shut
Volkswagen?
the
At
fuck
least
up
get a
and I'll tell you.
Volkswagen. At least get a Volkswagen.
Because European driving beats the menstruation red Q2. That's why. I mean, the Q series starts at 5, and you got a 2.
The technology filters
the
down
Q2
into the Skoda in about 7 years' time.
Q2,
They'll have the
Q
same
series
car
starts
as
at
the
5.
Skoda about
Therefore,
7
it's
years
pointless
down the
getting
track.
anything lower.
Fuck me dead. What a cunt. Here we go. We got a super chat here. $5. Eugene Hong. Do you think Cartier is overhyped? I feel like it's a fashion brand, but it gets so much respect these days. Not for real watch enthusiasts. Yeah, I totally agree. You know, Cartier, I have a love-hate relationship with Cartier. I think for women, Cartier is a great brand. However, for men, I think it's a bit girly. Girly is not the right word. It's kind of a fashion, as you said, it's a very expensive fashion brand. That's what it is. Fashion brand. Expensive. You know, they're not cheap. They are not cheap. What can I say? What have we got here? Who's jumping on? Who is that? So Cartier, is it a good look? I some Cartiers I like. I don't think it can be your only watch. Like a Rolex is a watch for a lifetime. You can buy a Rolex, doesn't matter. A Rolex is like a 5 Series BMW. It's always kind of cool. Always cool. Whereas like a Cartier goes out of fashion so badly. Like they drop them. That's the thing. That's the thing. I don't know who's trying to jump on there. Just kept falling out. Don't know who's doing that. There's 30 in the audience. Who we got here? Got some super chats coming in. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. Esoteric $5. I think Esoteric $5. I think Eugene is as wrong as Mike the Snake, and I really like the XL Santos Dumont. What do you think about that, big boy? Look, I must admit, the Santos Dumont, it's a beautiful piece, but it's still a fashion. Still fashion. And that's the big problem. Like, if you were going to buy a gold piece, I don't think I'd buy Cartier, because you buy a gold sub, you buy a day-date, it's timeless elegance. You buy a Cartier, it's very fickle. It's trendy for a while, but it'll lose its flavor. You understand? It loses its flavor very, very quick. It loses the flavor quickly. And what are you going to do then if it loses its flavor? It sucks. It very much sucks. So that's my thinking about it. So that's what I feel about these things. Cartier, it's kind of like, I love Cartier, but fickle fashion brand. That's what it is. Fickle fashion. Fickle fashion brand, fuckers. Fickle fashion. Fickle fashion brand. So, unfortunately, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes, guys. Let's have a look here. What's happening? Fickle fashion. That's the problem. Cartier. I love, some of the Cartier pieces I adore. Some of the classic, iconic. But see, Cartier, Rolex. I got much more respect for Rolex. See, what Cartier did that pissed me off was they dropped the Santos line, then they reintroduced it. And then it went from timeless, like a slow progression, and slow progression, it went to nothing. You know what I'm saying? Slow progression to nothing. It's I'll just see who this guy is. Hello, who's this?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, Archie, how you doing, man?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just want to talk about, that Cartier watch. Or I guess Cartier is a brand.
Cartier is a great brand. I love Cartier. They invented the wristwatch. They invented the wristwatch.
How do you feel about just how much hype it's getting these days? Because I feel like it's just out of control.
I think the brand is pretty... look, they've got many facets to Cartier. What are they? They're a jeweler first. Watches second. Accessories. They're quite... I got a lot of respect for Cartier. I think jewelry's first. Watches is a close second.
Have you seen that?
The problem is they had a patch where they had some really garbagey stuff. Cartier used to use a lot of quartz. They still use quartz. They don't have the soul that other watchmakers have.
I totally agree with that.
They did cheap and nasty things. Cartier did some really nasty things. I've owned a few of them, but I must say, you know, what disappoints me of Cartier, they had the Santos line, then they dropped it, then they brought out the larger sizes. Why didn't they keep the traditional ones going? You know, some of they seem to do revisions for the sake of revisions. Like the Tank Francais, they revised that. I prefer the previous series. I don't like what they did.
What do you think about like the movements within like the Santos? Like, I think that it's a pretty like bad movement. Like, I think a Tudor movement is probably like way better, but you know, like Cartier can get away with it because of the brand, I guess, power they have.
Yeah, I mean Cartier's part of Richmond, you know?
Yeah.
And they have some amazing companies in there. You know, Richmond, they have Vacheron. They have Jaeger-LeCoultre. They have so many top brands there. Piaget, I'm surprised they don't do more. Okay. I am surprised they don't put, you know, Cartier. Cartier has tried. They had that skeletonized Santos. You remember that?
Yeah, the one with the plain rotor.
Yeah. I think Cartier has also stopped discounting. They you can only buy Cartier from Cartier stores now.
Oh wow.
They're trying to move away from the multi-brand watch dealers.
I mean, I think what Cartier is doing is working pretty well, but I think it's like a different crowd than what I guess like the watch community was like a while ago. You know, like before 2020, I'd say. Like the type of person who gets a Cartier nowadays, I feel like they don't really know much about watches. Like the other day, I was with my friends, and one of them got a Santos. Like everyone knew what that was. They knew what Cartier was, but like no one knows what Tudor is. They maybe know of Seiko, Grand Seiko. Obviously, they know Rolex, but like even Omega, some of them don't know about. So I feel like to the average person, just a Cartier just holds so much more prestige, regardless of if it's actually a good watch or not.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know why Watch Nick is trying to jump on, man. Just fuck off. I don't want to have anything to do with you. You were just an asshole. I met you in America. You were a weasel. I honestly have got nothing to do with you. Just fuck off.
Wait, this guy Bear Clooney is saying that I don't know much about watches. I mean, I don't know. Is Cartier that respected? Because I really don't know.
Oh, Cartier's very respected. I mean, Cartier.
Yeah, let him
Cartier.
on. I'm gonna hop off. But it was good talking to you.
No,
Archie.
you can stay on there. I mean, look, Cartier is a great brand. I think they're very expensive. What Cartiers do you have? Tell me what Cartiers do you have?
Me?
Yes.
No, I don't have any Cartiers. I have a Speedmaster. I have a Black Bay 58. I used to have a OP36, but I sold that. Kind of regret it. But
So
I
what
would get a
country are you in? Eugene, what
I'm from
country are
United
you in?
States.
Okay. And what do you do for work?
I'm a software engineer.
Tell me, let me ask you something.
Sure.
Are you worried about AI?
Yeah, but I feel like it's a bigger threat for like the more junior developers. But I guess if you've been in the industry for a while, I think you're kind of safe. But in general, AI is pretty crazy. And I see this guy, Bear Clooney, he's saying, am I aware of high horology Cartier? I am aware of that. I think Cartier's high horology pieces are really good. But when it comes to like their mainstream line, I feel like it's a completely different watch, at least in terms of movement. That's just my opinion, though.
I got to tell you, it's Cartier makes some great things. You've got a Speedmaster, that's the manual wind.
Yeah, Moonwatch.
Hesalite glass or sandwich?
I originally had the Heslite version, but I eventually sold and got a Sapphire sandwich.
Okay. You sounded like a sandwich type of person. I could tell it in your voice.
Damn. But no, I like the Heslite version a lot. I can't deal with the scratches on the plastic. Even with Polywatch, like the scratches just appear out of nowhere.
And you've got the Black Bay 58.
Yeah, in blue.
Oh, the blue one. That's a great watch. I just got another super chat. Let me just grab this. Horror Breakdown, member for 13 months. Happy 13 months from this punter to the rest. Thank you so much. Thank you. Much appreciated. Let me say, are you looking at adding a third watch? How many? So you got 2 quality watches, is that right?
Yeah, but I feel like I need a heavy hitter. No, I guess not heavy hitter, but like.
Why don't you get a Rolex, man? Just get a Rolex like an Explorer 2.
I did get the call for an Explorer 1, the 124.
Buy it pre-owned. Don't play the dealer games.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Explorer 2, I mean, that's 42 millimeters. The newest one's 42. I feel like it's a bit too big for me.
Explorer 1, why didn't you grab it? Can you go back and get it, or that's over now?
I feel like I've ruined that relationship. Like I'm kicking myself in the shin for not picking it up. I've been thinking about
one Rolex in your collection would be a great.
Yeah, I may just get a sub. The 40 millimeter, I think it's like 114060. No date.
Yeah, you want to get a vintage one, but did you like a sapphire, a ceramic, or a non-ceramic?
I want to get ceramic, even though the pre-ceramic probably fits better.
Got you. Great choice. Look, you got some icons then. You think about it, you got some great icons. The only thing is, the Black Bay, you're going to have 2 divers. Wouldn't it be nice to have a... What was wrong with the OP you had? You had a 36 OP, you said. What color?
I had the white one, the 39 mil. I mean, sorry, the 36 mil white one.
Okay. You bought it from the dealer or pre-owned?
Nah, pre-owned. But this was before prices went crazy.
Got another super chat here from Horror Breakdown, $5. Tech market is fuctus fucti from the Latin. Only people I know in tech field finding jobs are doing so through their personal networks. Otherwise, it's scraps.
That's true.
I can't believe tech has gone so bad.
Yeah, same.
Do you make 306,000 a year?
Who?
Do you make 306,000 US dollars a year?
No, I wish.
There was a YouTube video going around about this guy who works for Meta, who's 24. He makes 306,000 US a year.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, they're the loudest minority. You know, they always love bragging about how much they make, but most people don't make close to that.
The only thing I noticed is they did an apartment tour. He sleeps in a single bed, man. You want to be fucking bitches, don't you?
No, listen. That specific genre of software engineer, like, they make a lot, but like they're spending a lot. You know, like location San Francisco, New York City, rents are super high. Like, I don't know. I feel like they live in like their own bubble. You know, not like the real world. I maybe just be bitter, but that's how I feel about them.
Tell me this. Do you have much savings yourself?
Yeah, I've been pretty aggressively saving and like investing in stuff. So I'm kind of looking for, you know, my next piece.
Six figures savings?
Yeah. I was kind of... Sorry, go ahead.
Are you a car person?
I am a car person, but I live in New York where the winters are brutal and like cars get destroyed. So I don't think I'd go for a nice car.
How long does a car last in New York? Let me ask you that.
Well, it depends on what you mean by last, but like very quickly your car will get like rusted and like all disgusting from like the potholes, the salt. you know, I work in New York City, so sometimes if I were to drive in, someone could steal your mirror. Like in parking in New York City, sometimes someone will push your car, like they'll nudge it with their bumper. Like that's a common thing. So like if you want to keep your car in pristine condition and you want to do street parking, then it's not going to work out well. So in my opinion, like maybe if I move out of the city, then yeah. But for now,
what I don't understand in New York City is they have that bump blankets they put on the bumpers. You know, bump blankets.
oh yeah, that's pretty necessary if you don't want like those white scratches.
What I don't understand is in New York, it's one of the most magnificent cities of the world. Why are their roads so terrible? I don't like the pot. Like I'm talking Manhattan, right? Because I stayed in Manhattan twice. I came back a year later, and the potholes were still there. They like someone said, "Oh, that's from the weather." No, it's not, because the same potholes were there last year.
No, I get that. What I think it is,
they're high taxing, very, very high taxing, and they have some of the most atrocious roads. I don't understand it. What happens to all the money they collect?
It just goes into, you know, politicians' pockets and stuff. Like the MTA, the subway system, they make like some absurd billion amount of dollars per year, and they're still in a deficit of like 20 billion every year. It's absurd. Like the reason why it's not working is probably just corruption, honestly. Like it's how things work, I guess. You can't even fill a pothole yourself, or else you get arrested.
Sorry?
Like if you were to fill out a pothole like in front of where you live, you can get in trouble for that, because like you weren't the qualified person. Like there's a whole bureaucracy, or not bureaucracy, but like a process you have to go through, and it makes it impossible to like do anything like that.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Like, which part? Just why it's so slow?
I don't understand why it's so corrupt.
I guess it's just the way things are here. I mean, see that comment Jeff Bezos recently made about like the New York school systems? They said if like Amazon was run the way the New York school system was, you'd have to pay like $100 for shipping. It would take 6 weeks to get there. And when you open the box, like it wouldn't even be in there. That's how like poorly run things are.
I don't know what to say. It's just absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's New York. It's one of the greatest. Let me explain it to you. New York is like meeting a king.
I mean, listen, I'll say this.
And then he starts picking his nose at the dinner table. He's got some horrible habits. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I get you. I mean, it's a city super
like
flawed.
It's an amazing city. It's the greatest city and one of the greatest cities in the world. But it confronts you. I've been to New York, London. I've been to Tokyo, Bangkok. I've been to some amazing cities. And New York, it's an incredible city, but I just don't understand. Why can't you get the roads sorted out? It's not even that hard.
No, man, I get that.
And New York is just looks like T-Dubs is on a little hissy fit. Look at T-Dubs. He's all upset because he had $1 million house, but he got divorced. T-Dubs, you shouldn't have beaten her up. You could have just worked it out nicely, like my case. We got, T-Dubs, but you had to get violent, T-Dubs. T-Dubs.
Is T-Dubs in the chat?
He's a very, very nasty fucker, T-Dubs. He's angry because he should have $1 million home, except he's on A housing commission house. That's not my problem, Dubsy. It's not my problem. It's not my problem, you bit of a wife beater. It's not my problem, Dubsy. Not my problem, Dubsy. But I got to tell you, seriously, in the software development area, we've got Mike joining us. Hey, Mike.
Hi, Archie.
Tell me this, in the software development area, are you worried about the future?
Me?
No, I'm talking to Eugene. Eugene, you worried about the future?
I mean, it's probably going to cut down a lot of the jobs, but there's always going to be a need for like human oversight, I feel. At least for like the next few decades.
So what do you think the answer is?
Like answer for what?
You're going to retrain, try and do something else?
Probably not. I mean, it affects more people who are, I guess, like just graduating college and stuff. But if you've been in the industry for a while, I think you can always find work. At least where I live, because I live in New York City.
So how old are you now?
I'm 27.
Fuck, you're so young.
Yeah, I've been watching for a while, though. I've been watching since Explorer 1 Mark II came out. I remember that's when I got into the watch game.
If I was you, why don't you just go to David SW, buy the watch
Dude,
you want?
I sold my watch to David SW. He's a good guy.
He is a great guy. Just buy an Explorer 1 from him.
I may. Been great to deal with. Also, I watched a video about this from you a while ago. The Sin 903. It's like the Breitling, not copy, but like their version of the Navitimer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great watch.
Yeah.
You know, that is a good watch, but damn, it says Sin on it, though. So, you know, that kind of messes with my brain.
What's wrong with Sin, though? Sin's a great name. Great company.
I know. It's just when you think of Navitimer, you think of Breitling, right?
Yes and no. Yeah.
The main reason why I want the Sin is the Sin's waterproof up to 200 meters. The Breitling's only 30, which kind of concerns me.
Yeah. That's why I'd probably grab the Zen first. It's probably less money, too.
So the Zen you can get for like 42
Who's this?
US.
Who's this? We've got a new person entering. Who's this?
What's up, Archie?
Who's this?
This is Jay.
How do I know you, Jay?
Oh, you don't. I just been watching for a while.
Long time watcher, first time jumper on her.
First time jumper, yeah.
What do you do yourself, Jay?
What do I do?
Yes.
I'm actually a wealth advisor, a financial advisor.
Oh, excellent.
So, I got a question. You've seen these shorts about these AI investment things that they say it only takes $20 or $100. Just let it run, and it does all the investing for you. You don't have to do a thing. Are those things for real or not?
Those cloud bots. Those
I've just seen short.
yeah, those
ads.
those are AI agents, and people are experimenting with giving them tasks to make financial like some investments based off of like charts or strategies.
Yeah.
But it seems to work. But now people are taking risk by giving them a crypto wallet to invest, and sometimes they just lose everything, and they're still like getting used to it. So, but I've been keeping track of it. It's pretty interesting. I think.
Are you a Warren Buffett fan? Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway.
Warren Buffett.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, everyone's a fan of Warren Buffett and what he's done. But
what's the best investment advice you can give our viewers here?
S&P 500, right?
Buy low, sell high. Yeah, I mean, right now inflation's really kicking in. So I think one of the things that a lot of people should be worried about is inflation, and just making sure that, I mean, the United States is close to $50 trillion in debt. and they print about $4.5 to $5 trillion a year. I don't think any other countries with a central bank is doing any better. I think there is going to be a new rail, a new system that's coming pretty soon. Just from working in the industry, I think like a lot of the Clarity Act that Congress and that's in the legislative side, I think they're all trying to push something through to get like a new system running while they collapse this old system per se. So
Do you
I think
think
that's gonna
they'll? Do you think they'll ever change the dollar and change the money of America? So like you wake up one morning and instead of 50,000 in the bank, you have 50,000 Liberty dollars or something.
Yeah, no, I think they are going to do that.
So
I think
stashing cash is like not.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, so there's a lot of confidence issues right now. So you can see, like in other countries, they don't want to hold U.S. Treasuries, like long-term Treasuries. Like if you look at our 10-year, 30-year yield, they're going up in interest. Like so, their yield is going up, their interest rates going higher, just because that means no one wants to bid on them, or no one wants it on their books, and that's because they know what United States is pretty much going to do. They're going to have issues paying those debts, right? I think like that's one of the big issues right now. So if no one's going to buy U.S. Treasuries, who's going to start buying them? And we still need to continue to print money. So what's going to happen then if we just say, hey, when we're like $80 trillion in debt, like we know we can't pay it back even with the taxing authority of our government. So there's going to be a new system. So
you think gold is worth like investing in over stashing cash?
Yeah, I actually think so. Gold and silver. I think what's happening with gold is you got to look at gold historically as an inverse relationship to like dollars, right? So if dollars having trouble, gold prices will go up. So and that's how you got to take a look at it. The confidence in the gold right now is just because there's no confidence in dollars. And I think there's a lot of people that don't believe in like cryptocurrencies, but I think one day everyone's going to use it without even know they're using it, just because like the banks and the back rails and everything
it'll be integrated in.
Yeah, without people even knowing. Yeah. So
it'll just be integrated in without. Yeah.
That's what the Clarity Act is really trying to do right now, because and like that's what they're trying to pass, is because banks don't want to give up the interest rates on like checking savings account, and cryptos company wanted to, if you buy like get USDC coins to give interest on. So that's what they're kind of fighting over, because if that goes through, there essentially could be like no more banks. People wouldn't even want to have money in the bank anymore, because they could just have it in their wallet on chain.
Yeah, but crypto is extreme. Look at so many people lost their ass on crypto. It's the wild west.
Yeah,
the regulations.
Yeah, that's because right now there's no clarity. There's no rules with crypto, so everything is leveraged on crypto in the crypto market. So there is a lot of high manipulation. There's a lot of like colluding, trying to.
How much money do you need to retire? How much money would you like to have to retire?
At this point, I don't think it's like money. I think you need assets. You need things that's going to accrue in value. So like watches, like expensive watches. That's why a lot of the times it's becoming more of an asset class, like cars, gold, silver, stocks.
They've come down a long way, but it's been very, very, very dangerous, man.
Oh yeah, it's volatile. But one thing you have to compare it to is like if you keep the money in the bank, you got to understand that the government's constantly printing and devaluing your dollar. And if you're comparing it with that, I'd rather hold something tangible that's, they can't keep like mass printing, right? So, and I think we are going to get there. And I think once there's rules around the crypto space, like what they're trying to do, if there's guardrails and rules and consequences for people who like steal, cheat within that market, I think the market, more money is going to start flowing into that market. So I think it's very like infant right now, but I think they are creating rules and the rails on the back end to start using, and most people will start using it without even knowing. So this is one of those things that they will kind of secretly implement.
It's a very tricky thing. What watches do you hold yourself?
I have a Sea Dweller. I have a Hulk. I have a Planet Ocean, like the really old Planet Ocean Omega.
Nice Rolexes. Nice Rolexes.
Yeah, I bought them in 2015. So I walked in and was able to get the Hulk and the Sea Dweller at the same time, so which is pretty nice. I did have a Daytona, which I ended up selling to a friend of mine. So, but I want to get a. Sorry.
When did you sell the Daytona?
Oh man, like 2018.
Oh damn.
What type of Daytona was it?
It was the
Steel?
first ceramic. It was the first ceramic bezel Panda dial.
Wow.
So, yeah, I got that at retail because I was waiting, and then I was waiting. Actually, I thought I was gonna get the pre-ceramic one, but once the new ones got released, they just called me and said, "Do I want?" Of course, I wanted it, so I bought it. And after I wore for maybe a year, and then I sold it to a buddy of mine. He's a good friend of mine. He still has it. So, but I jumped in the car because I was kind of looking at the Cartier. So I wanted to get I really like Cartiers. Cartier. So, yeah. So I really like it. I know it's at first I thought it was like the fashion trend and things like that, but like looking more into it and actually going to like the boutique and trying them on, and I kind of like falling in love with it. So like especially the Santos. So and probably like all of their lines. So I might pull the trigger on the titanium Santos like in pretty soon.
Nice.
How's it fit on your wrist? It only comes in large, right?
Yeah. I was kind of scared about that. I'm actually pretty big. I'm like 6'2" and like over like 220 pounds.
Oh,
So-
you won't have any problem with it.
Yeah,
then.
then you're good with the large.
Yeah,
Oh.
so like for me, it looked good. It felt good. But like again, like I wear a Sea Dweller, so and looks pretty okay on my wrist. But yeah, I was more worried about I was like trying on their tank, which was pretty nice. So like every time you go in, and you want to just buy one of everything. So
I mean, dude, it's thin. It's titanium. Probably
Yeah.
really comfortable, right?
yeah, like it's just elegant. Like it's just one of those things that it's very like classy, and I don't know, like this part of my life, I just feel like that's what I want, and I don't care what anyone says.
We got a super chat, esoteric, $2. How can I invest in aliens and free energy?
Well, yeah, SpaceX is going. I think they're going. Their IPOs. I think they're is it next week? You can start trading in SpaceX.
Would you buy Tesla stock?
Right now, you can buy pretty much any of those Magnificent Seven stocks, and you will do well because there's no rationality in the stock market right now. Like back in the day, I'll tell you, if you wanted to be in the stock market, like you have to know about the price to earning ratio, what their quarterly earning was, what is each company's going to do to make money for the next year, 2 years, 5 years. Now it's more like anything with AI, anything that's already established, that's profitable. But they don't care how much money they make; they're just throwing money in there. So the stock market doesn't make sense. That's
Have you
only
heard about-
because.
Sorry,
go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say, have you heard of that company, Allbirds, the shoe company?
Alberts.
Allbirds, ALLBIRDS.
No, I
Oh,
haven't.
good. Well, basically, they just made shoes, and they just announced they're pivoting to AI, and their stock went up like 100% or something. Like it's
Fuck,
ridiculous.
you're joking.
Yeah, and like,
Yeah.
what do they know about AI, man? They make shoes.
Yeah, there's no rationality. It's like back in .com era, like in 2000, like you put .com behind your name, like pets.com,
Yes.
like everything
Yes.
just kind of
That's
goes up.
exactly it.
Like
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly. It's just as fucking ridiculous.
That's kind of
That
where we're
is
at right now.
Ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous.
The shoes are big, though. I mean, look at Jordan's or DC Shoe Company. Ken Block made his fortunes and then went on to become a world-class rally car driver. And he just passed away recently from an accident of some kind. But from his DC Shoe Company that he started, he built an empire.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, Ken Block.
Ken
I actually
Block,
have.
yeah.
Yeah, I actually have an autograph by him.
Oh man, that would be hella cool to have.
Yeah, I remember. I was like really into rally cars, so I had a
Me
Subaru.
too.
So,
My favorite rally car is the
Scooby-Doo. You had it,
Lancia
Scooby.
Delta
Scooby,
S4.
Scooby.
You know
oh
that
wow.
car? You
Yeah,
know
yeah.
The twin charged, both supercharged and
Mhm.
turbo and supercharged.
Yeah.
All-wheel drive.
Oh
That
wow.
thing's a little monster. That's back in the Class B days, though. The
Oh,
Killer
Class
Bees.
B. Yeah, the Class B rally.
The Killer Bees. Yeah.
Yeah.
They killed the class because it was too fast, deemed too
Yeah,
dangerous.
Didn't people like die during?
Oh yeah,
Class B?
man.
Yeah, that was.
You remember the Quattro? They have
The Quattro, the Audi Quattros. Yeah.
They have those shorts of it just hopping through the hills. Just ring,
Oh yeah.
ring, ring, just like bouncing over the bumps and with that inline 5-cylinder with its like
Yeah.
distinct sound, and to keep it on a turbo, like to keep it on the pipe, the driver had to like literally kind of really do some really magical footwork. So there's a number of videos of guys with the camera on the guy's feet as he's driving the Quattro, because he's got to like keep it floored when he's braking to keep it keep it boosted. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But
No.
that era of race cars we'll never see again.
Yeah, that era was just it was like one of the best. I followed the Class B for a while. I think Ken Block's daughter had made that Audi Quattro. Like she built one. I think before he passed away, because I saw it on Instagram, and I was like, oh my gosh, those cars are like so cool.
Now she's doing the Pikes Peak, like just like he was, and she's following in his footsteps as a driver.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. Yeah, that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
That era, like the Class B rally and the Class C road racing, like IMSA and Can-Am, that's basically back when there were no rules, and you could put the biggest engine with the biggest tires, and the only rule was the size of your gas tank or something. And there were cars like the Shadows and the Chaparrals and the McLarens, and cars that you will just never see the likes of today.
Yep.
Just beautiful, wonderful cars. They were death traps, but it was just a really, it was a time where they were really moving forward in racing. They were figuring out aero, and so there was lots of change and lots of variety in engines, and the racing was just exciting to watch. Whereas today everything's all spec, like all the chassis are the same. They all run same size engines. And it's not as cool as it was.
Yeah, I haven't really followed any much racing in a while. I'll just kind of pick it up, watch it on YouTube. But yeah, those 80s racing was like really on point.
Oh yeah, Formula One's going downhill fast with their 50-50 electric hybrid thing now this year. Just fucking tanked them. But if you ask the drivers and the spectators and the teams and the team owners and you ask everybody what they want, and they say, give the drivers 1,000 horsepower, the biggest tires you can put on the car, and let them race. And that's exactly what they're not doing. They've turned it into this sport where they have to manage tires and manage the battery, deployment and all this other shit. And now with the 50-50 thing, the batteries are dumping halfway down the straightaway. So, and there's no indication to the guy behind you that you're now going 60 miles an hour slower than him. And so there have been, horrible wrecks where guys just ram right up the back of another guy because his battery dumped early, halfway down the straightaway.
Yeah, was that this year? Was it this year is the first year they did a hybrid?
No, they've been doing hybrids for about 10 years. But it was like 80-20 last year. This year they decided to go 50-50.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant, like 50-50.
Yeah, no, the 50-50 was just this year.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And now they're talking about bringing back the V8s, which, yes, please do it. I'm so tired. I hate V6s.
Yeah, was it 10? Was it V10?
You like
and then
straight
V8?
sixes, don't you, Mike? You like straight sixes.
I love straight sixes, but V6s, nah. I mean, anything wanged up to 14, 15,000 or higher sounds good. Okay, I don't care what it is, but down below that, V6s just don't have the best sounds. There's a few cars like the Stratos that just sounds glorious, but there's for the most part, like flat sixes, like the old Porsches had just kind of this grumble rumble. They didn't sound really. They didn't have a song that they sang like the new ones do, the water pumpers, and most triples just have they have an offbeat sound to them. So anything with like 2.3s, like a V6, no. I'd rather listen to an inline 4 at 15,000 RPM or a V8 or a V10 or a V12, over a twin turbo quiet V6 that makes the same horsepower and does all the same stuff. It's just a different package, but it sucks. It sounds like shit.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Totally agree.
But I got to tell you, it's financial planning. What do you advise people to do? What's your main thing when they come in and say, "Help me"?
Yeah, so I work at a major firm, like one of the top 3 firms in United States. So we manage a lot of retirement accounts. So we go over I do a lot of wealth, financial planning. So based off of their assets, liability, projecting retirement, investment advice, and things like that. And obviously there's things we can't really go into, when it comes to again, cryptos or things like that. We can't really give them legit advice just because there's no regulations around it on how our industry is going to deal with it. Besides right now, just kind of see it as a commodity. But yeah, I just deal with there's a lot of getting assets, making sure they're in the right type of investment.
What's the worst position you've seen somebody be in?
Oh, I mean, I don't really deal with a really bad position, but usually is someone in debt, usually a lot of debt. You have more liabilities than money that's coming in. So I think if I can tell anybody is don't get any credit cards, try to live without credit cards, or any major debt that's probably not a mortgage or maybe a car payment. I see a lot of people get pretty destroyed by personal loans and credit cards. So those things pile up pretty fast if you don't have a real way of paying those back or have a strategy too.
I see. Yeah, I suppose it's easy to get in trouble, isn't it? Student loans are a big thing in America, aren't they?
Yeah, I think this quarter, I think they had one of the biggest defaults of delinquencies of student loans again. So I think that's gonna collapse too. So our economy is in a little a fuse where dominoes are gonna start collapsing. So you just need one domino to collapse, and then it's gonna be it might be the student loans, and then it's gonna be the credit cards, and it's gonna be corporate debt, and everything's going to start toppling. And then I think that's where our government's going to come get involved and have a solution for everybody. I read this like this book. I don't know the title of, like now, because it was more of an audio book. But they said the way, and he was a big Wall Street guy, and he was pretty high up there, and he just kind of gave a scenario on how they're gonna do this or trigger this event to occur. Is like they're gonna make things so expensive, like inflation's gonna go out of control, debt's gonna go out of control, and then like people are gonna be struggling, and once everything is on the verge of collapse or collapsing, the government's going to have a solution. So I don't know if like in most of the world, they're trying to pass something called like digital ID. So like it's all your ID, everything on your phone essentially. And the problem with that is like, you get all the benefits of like making things easy to like go anywhere, log into anything. And eventually in the future, if you want to log on a website or a computer, you're going to need that digital ID. So if you want to go on YouTube, digital ID, Reddit, digital ID, Discord, digital ID. So now they can track your online presence a lot better. So in the United States, they can't really push that. It's very unpopular. So they're saying is that once they try to collapse the market's going to fall, and people are going to need help. So the government's going to have a new, like a new dollar, right? That's might be a different ratio. That they'll say, hey, everybody, we're going to give you, let's say, $2,000 or $5,000. All you have to do is download this new government wallet, right? A wallet, just open it and then log in with your digital ID to claim that money. So everyone's going to do it. So everyone's going to create a digital ID. Everyone's going to have a government wallet, and they're going to stipend you and put, whatever money that's in there in the new currency. But in your end and people's end, they're not going to feel any difference. They're going to say, oh, it's just like normal money. But in reality, it's the rails for the new financial system, new debt ratios they might be using for like maybe a new type of bonds, treasuries. That's the old one's going to be converted, like maybe to 5-to-1 or 10-to-1 to kind of erase the debt and migrate the debt. So a lot of people are going to get into that, and eventually once they get into downloading the new wallet, now you have to connect that wallet to all your other banking like Wells Fargo, Chase, and now guess what? Now the government knows exactly, they have every information on what you buy, where you transfer your money. They can see everything. They can even freeze your money. So like if you like, and you won't even have to file taxes in the future. They'll just take it out of your wallet in the future. That's how crazy it's going to be. And that's
but hang on a minute. That's completely absurd, because you might have money coming in, right? Say you sell a product for $10,000. Okay, that doesn't mean you made $10,000 profit. That's simply $10,000 in. You might have paid $11,000 for the product, and you've actually lost $1,000. You can't just assume that 10,000 is profit or revenue. That 10,000 could be a loss.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like direct, like those kind of sales probably won't be affected, but I'm talking about like, when like people do their 1099s and W2s, everything will be done directly, like on spot. And that's where it's kind of heading. There's like,
Sure.
I think they're trying to get rid of all the, because if the government can get their taxes instantly, they'll find a way to do it. And from what I'm seeing, what they're trying to push, and I think I do see it, they want to trim down the IRS. They want to make sure things are more streamlined, where the money gets to the federal, the feds, our government, our treasury, on an instant directly, so there is no like lag behind us. But I think it is going to be like pretty dystopian, where there you are going to have like a digital footprint, like wherever you go, like whatever you buy. Let's say you sent money to the wrong person and that person's a criminal, your funds could be frozen. So there's a lot of kind of things to it. That's why the digital ID, if you kind of read it, and I read the UK digital ID initiative, just because they're the ones pushing it like pretty hard. And it is I think right now, like if you don't have it by a certain time, you can't even work in the United Kingdom. So it is getting, they really want to push this through, but what I'm seeing is there is a lot of things that could go wrong if if the government just kind of goes tyrannical or something, right? So that's the scary part.
Yeah, it can be. It can be scary there. It's that's kind of how it goes. But I got to be honest with you. I think also the thing is a lot of things will still stay there. I mean, America's going to still need workers. It's going to still need steel. It's going to still need homes. It's going to still need a lot of things. Okay. I think some of these things, many things will change, many things will stay the same. And investments. Are you a crypto crap person? Do you like crypto, or are you adverse to crypto?
Oh yeah, like I have a lot of money in cryptos, but I have a lot of money like everywhere. So it's but yeah, like cryptos is one of those. I only like certain type of cryptos. I don't like believe in all of them. I actually do like pretty like extensive research on and
Bitcoin. You like Bitcoin?
Actually don't. So
Ethereum?
No, I actually made all my crypto. So all the money I have now is from Ethereum. So back in the day, I got into Ethereum when it was like $5 to $10. Like and then I made all my money off of that. So and that money got me into a lot of other projects I'm currently in.
Tell me this: do you own your own home?
No, I rent right now.
When are you going to buy your own home?
Probably when the next crash happens.
Are you a Dave Ramsey fan?
No, not really. But I agree with some stuff he says. But I'm not like a big fan of what he. I mean, his advice is really good for people who are under like middle class or lower.
Yes.
Like it does make sense, but his doesn't apply for everyone. He has some good points about like not pay off your debts, stay within means, like all the things that you should already know if you had like your parents telling you all these things. But a lot of the times, like someone like me, it probably like the scenario is a little bit different. I choose not to own a home. I had I actually do have like a split investment property, but that's not a home. So that's probably like the extent to property, but I rent until I can I'll be ready to buy, because I'm pretty picky with where I want to live. So
if there was somebody that had some money, not enough really to do much with, but wanted to make their money work for them, what would they do? What would you suggest they do with it right now?
yeah, so you need to go in because a lot of the stuff is pretty saturated. The market is already there and done. So you have to look for something that if you want to really make your dollar take risk and get as far as possible, you have to look at where the future is kind of going. Like you have to really think like back in the day, if you were in like year 2000s, right? Like if you thought like one day people will be buying stuff on the internet and it's going to come like 24 hours to your door.
You invested in Amazon.
Yeah, like Amazon, like if you could.
But the thing is, if you thought that in year 2000, you would have invested in AOL
or fiber
would have
optics.
you would have
Oh, yeah.
invested in Webvan. These companies fucking lost a lot of money. They
Oh
didn't
yeah,
do
I'm not saying that's why it's a risk, right? But you got to think like innovative, like future, like kind of forward thinking, and to find where the future's heading. And there's a couple of things that I do look at. I think privacy is going to be very important in the future, especially privacy with your money. You want to, I think in the future, there's going to be more of a premium on untraceable money. I think that's one thing. And I think that's going to be very beneficial, especially like privacy is not only for like drug dealers or criminals. Privacy is for like everybody. I don't want government to know what I order on Amazon or like who I send money to. And that's going to be a premium. And I think there's another crypto that I really follow that I like a lot. It's called Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid is it's a trading platform, decentralized trading platform that IPOs can get into people that everyone could like participate in before even IPO, like Wall Street gatekeeping allows people to. So like SpaceX is already trading on Hyperliquid, and it's not even out yet. And that will be, and once it gets released to public, like when the IPO starts, then your shares will convert to actual SpaceX shares. And so even Anthropic and OpenAI are going to be trading there. So it is one of those things that it's very innovative, and I think in the future more people are going to start using Hyperliquid, and I think that platform is going to do pretty well. And that's the first crypto that's doing, the first company that's doing that, and they're pretty profitable, and it's very innovative in what they're doing. So like things like that, and like things like privacy is going to be very very important to where, and I think it's going to have staying power. So those are things what I look at. Like if you're going to be like, you don't have a lot of capital but you want to deploy and have like a big upside, those are the things I would look into. Because I look, that's the same way I found Ethereum back in like 2015 or 2016. I just thought it was like so cool, at more than Bitcoin. So I ended up buying a bunch of them, and then it really worked out. So it's just kind of forward thinking, trying to find those little nuggets. Because like right now, if you were to put everything in, and I think like it is safe to put in like buy gold or silver, or put into the market, and that's a very safe way of doing it. But those are more for like preservation of capital, more than trying to like find the next Nvidia or something like that, right?
Okay.
So, and I
Yeah,
did invest.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I have a friend who bought Bitcoin way early on when it was like below 5,000, and now he's rich as fuck. But for me, when he came and told me about it, it was at 50,000. I bought 5,000 worth, and the next day it dumped down to like 2,200, 22,000. I lost 3/4 of my money overnight. It took me 2 years to get half my money back, and at that point I was just like, I'm out. So I pulled it out. And if I had stayed
I think
another
someone
3
like you,
years,
Mike, you should invest in the S&P 500. Just buy an index fund.
yeah,
I
maybe
agree with
so.
that.
I don't know enough about it, so yeah.
Sorry, what did you
that
say? You
might
agree
be-
with that, or you don't agree with that?
No, I totally agree with that. Just keep buying the S&P 500 over time. You'll make a lot of money.
What about gold?
Gold is good too, but it's only recently gone up like a lot. Like for the past like 20 years, it hasn't matched S&P 500. I feel like only recently.
Yeah,
Fine.
gold is a hedge against the dollar, right? So if you look at gold prices, try to take a look at it like this: like the gold price going up is because more of the dollar going down. Like, and it's they have like an inverse relationship. So whenever dollar struggles, gold and other precious metal do very well.
But gold's
So-
always gone up, right? It's never gone down at any point, right?
Well, gold always keeps its value. So if you ever take a look, I think there's like a ratio, like from like how 1 ounce gold denomination for like how many silver ounces versus like so. Back in the day, a 1 gold ounce could buy you 1 cattle. So this is historically. So if you go to like I think like 1700s, if you wanted a cattle, you give someone 1 ounce, a farmer, a 1 ounce of gold, or a cattle rancher, they'll give you a cattle. And I believe also like something like 1 acre costs something like 8 ounces of silver, or like I forgot what it was. It was something crazy. I think it was like 33 ounces of silver or something like that, an acre. So like there's a lot of like these ratios. Like even 1 tailor suit from like Savile Row in London or in England will cost you 1 ounce of silver. I mean, 1 ounce of gold will buy you a really nice tailored suit.
Sure.
So if you kind of correlate to today, and that still holds true, like 1 ounce of gold still buys you a cattle. A productive cow costs about $4,000 to $5,000 right now, and 1 ounce of gold will kind of convert into that. Now, if you go to London to buy a suit in Savile Row, probably for like $4,000 to $5,000, you could probably get a nice jacket and pants. So that ratio is still intact. So if you can kind of go through everything, like back in the day, like a Roman legion, I think they said a Roman legion, a legionnaire, or will get, his salary was something that came out to like I think it was maybe like I think it was like 12 or 13 gold ounces, or there's like a weird denomination where if they put that salary and convert it to today's price, that will be like equivalent to like a United States military like captain, which was like same equivalent rank. So like the gold denomination still follows, and it's hedges better at keeping value of like rather than like a dollar, which is kind of getting inflated. So if the dollar gets inflated, which is losing purchasing power, you'll see gold and silver prices go the other direction. So historically, so it is a good hedge.
Hey Archie, I have a question.
Yes.
Thank you.
So
Yes, sir.
how do you feel about JLC's position in the market nowadays? Because I feel like, it was super respected, but lately I feel like they haven't been making, too many good choices.
Just one question. I'll just grab this super chat here. Black Cat $9972. Gold is savings. S&P is an investment.
Yep, that is
That's from
that is
Black
pretty
Cat
true.
there. So gold is sort of like for a rainy day, not looking for a return, just looking at as a store of wealth, whereas S&P is something that you want it to grow and become more. Now, let's have a look here. How do I feel about, look, LUXURIA, I tell you honestly, they're out of their fucking minds. They keep putting the prices up. I had a solid gold LUXURIA master compressor chronograph, which I'll be honest with you, I got out of, and the dealers are selling 30% more than I got my money. I got my money back. But JLC, it's a very toxic brand. I think the only JLC I'd really buy is Reverso. The Master Control is possibly another one I'd buy. The sports, you got to buy everything pre-owned. I think JLC, you got to buy it pre-owned. There's not a lot of Reversos come up, but like they're kind of an enthusiast. I love them. I think they're a fantastic watch. But I think they're kind of becoming a very soft, toxic sort of brand. Like, they're great engineering, great design. I love them. The problem is it's so hard to trade out of them. If you buy one, to get out of it, you lose money. It's like a lot of brands. Now, if you buy them cheap enough secondhand, that's okay. They're still hard to sell. But I think JLC is out of that. They keep putting the prices up. Same as Breguet. I don't understand. They keep putting the prices up. The market's already tough. They're putting the prices up. I just don't get it. I do not understand it in the least.
I just
How's
feel
that
like
for an answer?
no, that's fair. I just feel like they have so much potential. Like they could just make one nice sports model. They have what it takes. I guess they just aren't making the right choices these days.
I like their new what is the Master Control they released?
The integrated bracelet.
Yeah, I like it, but
It's expensive though for what it is. I feel like.
but there's something that feels off on the dial, which I don't know.
It's like
I
a lot
like,
of empty space, right?
yeah, there's something about it doesn't look like, maybe it's just too smooth. Maybe like I don't know. Like in my brain, it just kind of doesn't process it. Maybe it needs some like decoration on the dials, or like maybe like a maybe like I don't know how AP and Patek does it. Their dial is just not smooth. There is like some like decorative like engraving on it. I don't know what it was, but something felt like off or incomplete on those dial. But I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was right direction, but
I
incomplete.
agree.
I got to tell you, there's a lot of brands at the moment that are really fucked, and I think Omega is another brand that is really struggling. Like they've released so many versions of things, they're kind of swamping. I love Omega, but they're desperate. Swatch Group is desperate. The times we're in, these brands went crazy. They wanted to have boutique stores because there was so much money in it. I tell you, another brand that I think is really hard to sell is Vacheron. Vacheron has got some really amazing watches. Fuck, they're expensive, and fuck, even on the secondary market, they are impossible to sell.
I mean, you can get a overseas for like 20K, which I think is cheap for like a Vacheron,
Well-
compared to Patek and AP.
Look, it is what it is. They just fuck it. Even Patek, Patek is very good at the Nautilus Aquanaut. Those ones are valuable. A lot of the dressier complications, they're kind of it's a softer. Patek is always a wanted brand, but that they've released so many complications. They did so many of these fucking things. It's fucked. The watch market, I don't think they're investments anymore. I really don't think they're investments. And if you buy something, you've got to be prepared to keep it long term, because you can't easily get out of it without losing money. I think
Yeah.
that's the problem. It's toxic. The market's turned toxic.
Like from what I'm seeing, I think like the watch market is in kind of they're cuffed to the whole Instagram era of like needing to release something like every year just to stay kind of like competitive. It seems like they're just releasing so many things because of our culture right now. Because I don't think it was like this like in 2015, like 2016, 2017. It wasn't really like they're releasing all these variations of everything. But I think our culture, like Instagram culture, our next thing culture, like just kind of pushing it to like what's next, and I think this whole company ideas, like all these companies competing with each other, are kind of getting into that mindset where if they're not releasing something colorful, bigger, bolder, it feels like they're going to be falling behind. But that's just on the long term, I think it's doing worse for their brand. Like Omega, like when I got into my Omega, and again, I think the worst thing I did was buy it at the Omega boutique. I bought my Planet Ocean there, so I paid full retail, and I still have it now just because it was one of those things like I did not know about going somewhere else and getting a discount. But it's one of those things like back then there was like not many options. Like Planet Ocean was pretty new, and there's only 2 dial option. Either you get the orange or orange bezel, or you get black. And I thought that was like, oh, that's an easy decision. And now you look at Planet Oceans, there's like blue, orange, black, and different dials, different straps, and it's like it's like hurts your head more, and like you get so much option that you just go like, screw it, I'll just take a look at Rolex or Cartier, like, or something like that. So I'm just keeping it simple now. I can't keep up with like a lot of these brands releasing constant new variations of something, and I think it's going to keep going until like everyone just like our culture just kind of changes. So
Exactly. I tell you what, guys, I think the secret takeaway piece is, I honestly think this: you should buy a watch you love. I think you should have. I think the days of the big collection is over, because those big collections, that's when you could cash in or cash out easily, right? It's not much of a hedge if you can't easily get out of it. Okay, so I think myself, the best advice I can give to someone who loves watches is build a nice collection with some watches you really love. Don't buy it because it's cheap or great value. Buy something you love and just enjoy that collection. I think every man should have a Rolex, have a Omega, have something shine like a gold piece, have something special, have a diver. That's what I think. Just have a nice core. But as far as having investments in these things, fuck, I think they're a lousy investment. I think they're very lousy.
I agree. I remember back like 10 years ago, you could get a Speedmaster. I got mine for $2,400, which at the time I thought was expensive, but like the prices just have gone pretty crazy since then.
yeah, it's like $7,000 right now, right? Like 7,500 or something. It's crazy. Like I would, if I'm thinking I'm gonna spend $7,500 on a Speedmaster, I would start looking what else can I buy with that money.
No, I agree.
I mean, Speedmaster is like, it's awesome, but like I'll just feel bad because like I'd rather buy a Speedmaster for about like maybe 4,000 to 5,000 used, but I can't imagine buying a new one for like 75 plus tax, like $8,000. I just can't see that right now.
No, that's exactly it. It's I think also they did so much stuff. You know, Omega itself there, you know, I love that white dial. Do you like the white dial Speedy they released?
I think it's nice, but I think the black one's nicer.
Yeah, I prefer the black one still, but
The original, you know, it's the original. I love, they did so many variations on it there. It's I think they've done too much with it. You know what I mean? They seem desperate.
No, I agree.
Omega two-tone has never really took off like Rolex two-tone. You know, like you look at Omega, the two-tone and the solid golds have never been comparable to Rolex.
Yeah, I feel like any just precious metal Omega just isn't it.
No, and you're going to lose your money. You're going to lose your shirt on them. I had friends who bought the moonshine, you know, the solid gold Speedmaster, and fuck, you know, a lot of them they've come back. Omega keeps putting the prices up, but they keep putting the prices up. It's lunacy, absolute lunacy. But I think, tell me this, I think myself, to build a little collection, probably 4 or 5 pieces is enough.
No, I agree.
yeah.
In fact, I'm envious of the people who have one watch.
Yeah, that's what I want to. And I don't know if I can do that. I probably could do a 3-watch collection, but
What watch do you have again?
I have a Hulk Sea Dweller. I
Oh
have
damn, you have a Hulk.
yeah. I got it.
Watch.
I got it. I got it actually 10% off when I got mine.
Damn.
It's 2015. It was a 2016. And I have a Planet Ocean, and I'm trying to think about getting a Cartier Santos titanium.
Honestly,
Or-
yeah, that's pretty solid. I feel like.
Yeah, and the thing is, I work in like corporate, like, so I do go into the office and I gotta wear like a suit or like a jacket and all that. So you do. Yeah, I'll tell you this: you do get Rolex fatigue in that
Yeah.
environment.
What's the best watch you've seen at work? What's the best watch you've seen in the workplace?
A just the brand new white Daytona stainless steel, the new ones with the stainless steel Daytonas with the what is it, the metal ring around outside of it.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Isn't that old?
No, I think it's like
It's a
it
new
came
one?
out like 2 years ago.
yeah.
Yeah, so I saw someone wear that, but
Oh, damn.
like you'll see.
Do
like
you say
everyone-
anything? Do you say anything? Hey, nice
No,
Rolex.
no, I did not say anything.
Was it a client or a fellow employee?
All colleagues and people that work in our building, my office, but because it's a big company, so and you'll see a lot of subs, a lot of Datejust, maybe some.
Has anyone commented on the watches you've worn?
Yeah. Like people will say, "Oh, nice," like especially when I wear the Hulk, they'll say, "Oh, nice, nice." Usually, actually, the only time I get like compliments from like girls is when I wear the Hulk. They'll
Oh, I
always
see.
they'll always say something. They'll say, "Oh, it's pretty. I like the color," or like they'll look at it and go, "Oh my gosh, it's a Rolex!" Like, but it's because it's green. And but like any of my other watches, I don't
We
never
got a
say
Black
anything.
Cat 997, $2. I want the Mike the Snake collection. Just one Rolex sub date. Perfect, Mike. You've really nailed it, Mike.
Yeah, you completed life. It's
I mean, I love my Pam, but I wish. Well, and actually, I like the Pam. I do like the Pam. It's a beautiful piece. I got a few pieces. It's okay.
Do you think you could do
But-
a one watch collection with just a Santos, like
No,
as a no?
I don't think so. I don't think it's. The problem with the Santos is it's not enduring enough. It's kind of going to date. It's a fashion watch. That's the problem. They fickle. Rolex is something that is timeless.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling that Cartier is gonna be really big, like next couple of. I think it's
They are already
up.
big. They're really big
Well,
already.
with
Number
like
two.
more of like younger generation growing up.
Yeah,
I
I'll say
have-
this. You're right. Already, the only brand people know about, at least in my age group and younger, is Cartier and Rolex.
Yeah,
They don't
exactly.
care
Same
about
here.
Anything else?
I'm not even joking. Like when I like especially when I hang out with my friends that don't know watches, a lot of them just always talk about like, oh yeah, Cartier. Like they all know it.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna get into a place where the next generation about buying a watch, they're gonna be looking at Cartier as pretty something serious. So I think like just like a brand just kind of coming out of nowhere. And obviously they're still big right now, but I think they're gonna be more mainstream going forward. That's what I think. Because I like people like especially like girls like really know Cartier. Like they'll
Yep.
know someone's wearing it, and it's they're really big in like because I'm Asian, so like it's really big in like Asian countries like Korea and like China. Cartier is like I think almost as big as Rolex in terms of branding. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. Like I do want one. Like I'm really kind of catching on to it, and I really do want one that's tried on the titanium, and it's just like such a cool watch. And I also like the DLC one, the black one, like the
Oh.
all black Santos.
Dude, I
That
feel like
one
if you, Dude, if you gotta get a Santos, either get the titanium or just get the basic one in white.
Yeah, I know. I'm probably gonna just get the titanium, but I was like, maybe just buy 2. but it's really cool. I like the brand a lot.
How's it going, guys? Women have always been big on Cartier.
Yeah.
Right, Paul? I mean, Archie
Yeah,
could
Cartier's
say-
a great brand there, but it's I think Rolex is got the ultimate compliment is that something is timeless.
Yeah.
It doesn't age.
But see, I guess for women,
I mean, you could have a sub from the 70s and it's classic.
for women, a lot of women would like a Cartier, but if they had to choose between a Cartier and a Rolex, they'd choose the Rolex. The women that
No, I
know.
think they choose the Cartier.
Even the women, because a lot of the women I know that are in their, let's say they're in their 30s, they choose the Rolex because they know the Rolex is more cost than the Cartier. I'm not saying
depends
they'd
which
buy
one.
it. I'm saying if
No,
somebody
I
was going to
disagree.
give it to them.
I disagree, Doc.
So if somebody was going to give a typical woman a watch,
I
and said, "You
gave
can
my
have a
wife
Cartier,"
a two-tone date just. She didn't want it. She wanted a Cartier Tank Francais.
fancy. Wow. Well, that's
I
fascinating.
know a lot of women have gone that way too. They love Cartier.
Well, it's always been big, Cartier, especially Cartier quartz for the women.
Lately,
like
Cartier's been on fire.
Yeah, it's gonna get bigger. I take stock now. I think Cartier is gonna get like huge, like just going the next couple of years too. It's gonna be like more mainstream.
It was said to be
Especially watch.
big in the 60s when it was a Kennedy thing to have a Cartier.
Yeah, but I think in like I'm talking more of like in the pop culture, like more of like this flex culture we're in.
You mean like the rappers and the musicians?
That too, and like more of like the environment that we're in. I think Rolex is kind of losing. I don't want to say losing its steam because it is timeless. They are the king. I do like Rolexes a lot, but like again, like I do get that Rolex fatigue, especially at my office. Especially like every Tuesday, we do what's called a group huddle, like where all the department, all the floors, we all meet and have that big meeting, and you look at their wrists and it's all Rolexes, right? And then you're just like, man, I don't want to wear my Rolex in here anymore, just because.
Any Pateks in corporate world? Patek?
Not that I've seen. Maybe some might have it, but
Maybe C-suite. You got to go to the. Are you in the C-suite?
No.
That's why I like showing up with my Speedmaster.
Yeah, like you can see a Rolex like from like a couple of like a mile away. Like you'll see someone's like wrist, and it's like, oh, the Oyster bracelet, and it's like a sub GMTs or Datejust. And I'm telling you, like you do get like fatigue. I get fatigued in that environment. Where that's why I was thinking like, man, I want a Cartier because I don't see any of that.
Well, that must be a very nice office because in most places you don't see that many Rolexes on the wrist when you're running.
Oh yeah,
around.
I mean everyone, especially like in my office, like.
No. I'm saying your office must be a nice business, right? But I mean, out in the world outside of the office, I doubt that there's that many. Rolex
I work in the finance district, the finance area. So when I go down to go get coffee or like a restaurant, we go down and you'll see people with like Batman, like the GMTs. Like
Are you in the city, New York City?
No, I'm not in your city. I'm in a big city in Texas.
Okay, got
Black Cat 9975 $5. Cartier quartz for women. They don't want a complicated watch.
Exactly.
Yeah, that works. There was a time when big watches like Hublot and Pam were they were it. Schwarzenegger and everybody was wearing them and the big watch face.
That's a good point. I mean, a lot of people predicted Pam was just going to be the thing. It was going to be the shits, and it lasted for a while. Schwarzenegger had it, and
AP came out with their giant Royal Oaks.
Sylvester Stallone was big with it, but then after that, it kind of petered out.
I think what I think with a I think AP started to take the premium end of the market. You know, the offshore Royal Oak, offshore, the Roo, and then I think Richard Millet took that over. What do you think, Doc?
Well, you know, Millet kind of revolutionized things by coming up with this very different, very almost alien looking watch that was all about prestige because there was limited numbers. Values are even now retained because of the limited numbers. So there was a little bit of, once people recognized what it was and accepted it, then it became the thing that rich people wanted to have one, you know, to show that they're rich.
Yes.
And I think they were very lucky that that they snagged that market and became popular with those rich people. And now,
Yeah, they kind of locked themselves in because there aren't that many other Tourneau, you know, mostly Tourneau shaped, box shaped watches that are popular, you know, other than Richard Mille.
well, they didn't really lock themselves in. They did it on purpose.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, they kind of cornered the
I mean, it
that
was a
that little
strategy.
market, that little niche.
So, but I mean, it worked for them, and there you have it. I'm not a fan. I've seen them. I've seen them a few boutiques. I put them on. Well, one of the cheaper ones that was only like a couple $100,000. It just, it doesn't
That's
do it
so
for me.
crazy. That's so
Doesn't.
crazy.
I'd much rather have one of my vintage Daytonas than one of those Millet. So that's just me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not rich enough. That's part of it.
Mm.
If I had a couple $100,000, I'd much prefer a platinum day date. If I had that kind of money to throw around. That's just me, but maybe I'm more traditional too. So, but it is true that they threw extra color into the Richard Mille. They threw extra color in so that you could notice it and spot it across a room and know what you're looking at. So,
or just solid
it works.
crystal cases.
And I don't think anybody does any fakes because it's just impossible to do a fake, I would think.
I did see some fakes, but they're like horrible fakes. Like they don't even try.
Right. I mean, I would imagine if it's a fake, anybody who knows a little bit about watches can tell, and then that's it. But you aren't going to see a super fake in that brand. I don't think that's going to happen. So
A super fake will only cost 100,000 instead of 250,000.
something crazy like that. You know, you guys were talking while I was driving. You guys were talking about how the prices are crazy and everything. I'm sure that all these companies have bean counters who sit down and try to calculate the price point cutoff where, you know, the price can be high enough that they get the profit, but they know they're going to lose customers. And then they do the math to figure out, okay, well, what price is the good price where we're going to have that cutoff point? And that's what I think they all do. I mean, above a certain point, you know, because let's face it, there's a lot of markup on these watches for the bigger brands.
Yeah,
micro brands not so much, but the bigger brands
$7,000, you know, Speedmasters just don't compute.
Well, I'm wearing my Speedy now, but I certainly didn't pay $7,000. I got my Speedy for $4,200 and swapped a Heslite crystal on it for a couple hundred, and yeah, I spent a little bit of money, but it's all under $5,000.
Sure.
Wow.
I don't even see why the Heslite would I mean, aside from visually, if you like the way when you look at it, I mean, the difference in cost into manufacturing is probably like $5 to the company, at its origin. Um,
Oh no, it's a decision they make marketing wise because the modern watch person prefers sapphire because it doesn't scratch.
yeah,
And so that's why they pop the speedies with the sapphire crystals. In fact, the latest first Amiga in space, the second generation one, they try to make it look as much as possible like Hesselite.
yeah, I noticed that. It's got the rounded edges and stuff. It's kind of, yeah.
And they've tried to reduce the milky ring at the edges as much as possible. I forget what the trick was that they did, but they tried to reduce that as much as possible. I like mine because it doesn't have any at all. So and a genuine Omega crystal, I think it cost me $250
Wow.
to get a Omega crystal. So when I look at my watch, it's like 1962, truly. And the Hesselite crystal is critical to that. Before I had the Hesselite crystal, it clearly was not a 1962 watch. And since I like vintage pieces, I prefer having a reissue that looks like what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah, I loved the way my Hesselite Speedy looked.
And I like it if it starts getting a little scratched. I like being able to polish it.
Yeah,
Because when I polish the sucker, it looks brand new.
and God forbid if you scratch your crystal, crystal.
Well, the sapphire crystal won't
Sapphire
scratch.
crystal.
It'll just crack. It'll just break.
Oh, okay.
Usually. I mean, you can ask Jim Tingler. He's the famous guy. He doesn't come on the show anymore. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, he dropped his Rolex. I think it was an Explorer 1, and he dropped it and shattered.
Yeah, I've never seen a scratch on a sapphire crystal.
No, but on the forums, you certainly see people posting their pictures of.
I think I've
Sometimes
seen little
the
chips.
they'll post
Microchips.
a chip in a crack, or sometimes it's completely shattered. They'll post also the same thing with their ceramic. They'll post a ceramic that's just shattered because they dropped it and pow. You know, I can't remember which watches they were posting, probably Submariners, but
Hublot, maybe.
no, they were
If it's
Rolex,
ceramic.
but it's just I can't remember which
Oh,
model
you talk about the
Rolex.
bezel?
Yeah, the bezel, the ceramic bezel just completely shattered.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the ceramic cased watches that
Well,
were
that's
kind of
why
in vogue a while back.
that's why Archie's never been a fan, because you drop that one, you
Yeah.
drop it, it looks like it's fine, but it's got internal stress cracks in it.
Or it
And-
just explodes.
Well, what'll happen is it'll get those cracks in it from you dropped it once or twice. It looks fine, but internally you've got micro cracks, micro fractures. And then all you have to do is just bump it up against something gently and it just boom, like you said, it explodes because it's all been prepped. You know, it's got all these internal defects and micro fractures. So I don't know. I couldn't get a ceramic case. It just wouldn't work for me.
Maybe they're not always black, but a lot of them are black. And I don't.
Well,
like
that's the
black
other thing for
watches.
me.
I don't like
I
black watches, so
Yeah, I like the stainless the most. I've got a few gold, but I really just prefer the stainless. I like the look, the whole thing.
yep.
And so there's nothing wrong with that.
What's happening with your collection, Doc? You have not been rumbled. So many people have been reducing a bit. We got the dog trainer reducing a bit.
I've not sold too many watches. I sold a Breitling chronograph because it was a 46. And the guys are making fun of how huge it was. It was a large 46 and a very thick 46. So I sold that a couple years ago. And then did I sell? Oh, I sold an off-brand. It's like a knockoff of a Omega called an EPOS. I was happy to sell that, but I haven't sold any of my watches, so I don't plan to. I'm lucky that I don't need to. So I like them. I like wearing them. All of them that I have, I wear at least a little. So yeah, I haven't had to sell anything. Now I did buy that. What do they call it? Starbucks. I bought the Starbucks. I might sell that because I'm not. I think I like the pre-ceramic. I know everybody loves the clasp and all that. I'm not a big clasp. What is it? Clasp fan.
Are you talking about the new Rolex, the new the green Submariner?
Glide lock.
The green Submariner. The
I
latest
was like,
one.
I wanted to get that. I was like thinking about maybe trading my Hulk for that and getting some extra money and buying that.
Well, you might want to try it on first and make sure if you've got a Hulk. I'm not. Well, the Hulk is a little too green for me. So I do like the Starbucks. I like the green bezel with the black.
Yeah,
dial.
same here. I think it looks
I do
more.
too.
I think it looks more muted. It looks
More
nice.
balanced.
Yeah,
More balanced.
I do agree.
It's not too green. Like
I just don't like
green.
I have a small wrist relatively. I have a 7-inch wrist, so I don't have an 8-inch wrist. I think the Starbucks is probably better for an 8-inch wrist than a 7.
Is seven a small wrist?
Well, I don't know. It's small around here.
I thought 7 was like getting. I think anything after 7 was because I have a 7.5. So.
Well, that's Mike has an 8.
No, I'm 7 3/4.
Okay, 7 3/4. So 7.5, 7 3/4. I'd consider that either average or large. And then 7, I've always thought that's considered average or small.
And one of my buddies has like a 6.5, and I thought his was small because putting my Rolex on him, like it was just
wow.
You could tell it was like engulfing, and it was like 40 millimeter.
That's my sister's wrist is a 6, just about a 6.5, and she's not overweight either. She's just a regular, normal sized woman. She might be a little tall. She's like 5'7".
Yeah, they're probably the same height. So,
but yeah, she has like a 6.5 wrist. But yeah, I mean, I think the Starbucks, you got to try it on if you have a 7-inch wrist. 7.5 probably is fine. You'll probably be more than comfortable wearing a Starbucks.
Now, are you saying that because it's the maxi case?
It's not like the old maxi case, but it's still larger than a pre-ceramic.
Okay.
So a pre-ceramic is more streamlined in the shape and smaller lugs or thinner lugs.
Okay. Yeah,
and,
I love pre-ceramic subs.
And also the weight. The weight of the modern Submariner is significantly greater than a pre-ceramic Submariner. So I just like a watch that disappears on my wrist. I forget I'm wearing it. I love that. I don't want to have a watch that's reminding me it's there because of its weight. I don't need that. I mean, it's nice, I suppose, if somebody gave me a platinum day date, I'd take it, but I know it's going to be. I'm not wearing that all day.
I don't have a gold watch, but when I go to the boutique and just hold a gold day date, I feel like
same thing.
Feel really good.
I feel like I'll be able to wear this for a few hours, and then I've got to get out of it.
Oh, I loved my James Cameron, and it you could use it as a boat anchor. But I like the heft. I've always liked heavy watches, so.
I must say, the deep sea does appeal to me, but I think the Sea Dweller is probably the best compromise, best. If the sub, I think the sub is just such a perfect watch, but the Sea Dweller 43 is a good size. I love that size.
What do you think about that, Archie? Like when it comes to like value, like where do you see the Sea Dweller 43
I think the
going?
subs are a better thing. If you want to buy something for value resellability, just get a sub, get a sub, get a sub. That's always going to be so much. Everyone
Yeah.
always wants a sub.
That's why I got
But
a
I
sub
think
for.
secondhand, the deep seas, particularly the non-James Cameron version, are fantastic, fantastic pieces to pick up. Absolutely great pieces to pick up.
When I restarted my collection after getting rid of it, you know, I want to go back and just buy the same watches I used to have because those are the watches that I still love. But you know, I was considering another James Cameron, but I bought the 41 sub for that reason, Arch, because
Yes.
the James Cameron, you know, it came out and I really thought it was either going to get discontinued quickly or it was going to increase in value over you know, time more than it did. And it's just kind of sat there now, you know. It's like just like you said, get yourself a nice sub and be done with it, you know, as far as
Exactly. That's exactly the way to take it, Mikey.
if you have
That's-
endless money, then go from there, right?
Mm.
But you know, a 41 sub is you just like the perfect one watch, you know, collection.
100%. 100%. And I think the thing is people, the collectability of this stuff now is shrinking. You know, like the thing is you can't cash out as easy as we could before. I think those times have changed. But a nice Rolex is always a great piece. I gotta say, I've been loving my Pam. I love my Pam. I love that monster. Just a big, chunky monster. Love the sea. Sorry, the sub. The Pam. Love it to death. And guys, that's the show for today. Let's wrap this baby up. We got some super chats. I want to thank the people who super chatted today. We had Van Lux, RMD, Mobster, Eugene. Thank you, Eugene, for jumping on. Esoteric, Horror Breakdown, Esoteric, Black Cat. Guys, thank you so much for coming on. And we'll see you tomorrow. We might be doing a Luxy stream in the morning. Luxy did a great show this morning. Great show. It was fun. It was fantastic. We had some great fun and laughs. So jump on there. And yeah, why not? Jump on. That's the way to go. Way to go there. And thanks also to Watch Nick and to T-Dubs for continually trying to jump on the stream here with your foul, nasty comments as your comment. What a fucking piece of shit. 2 pieces of shit. Watch Nick, mentally unstable fucking cunt. Not even a nice, just a fucking cunt. And T-Dubs, alcoholic, absolute cunt of a cunt. Just absolute turd. So fuck yourselves, those two. Okay, guys. See you tomorrow.
Don't forget to
guys.
wear your watches, folks.
Hi, guys. It's Archie Luxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity, keep some pride, go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW, David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW, David SW, David SW.